Do you remember when you were a kid and you felt like you were basically invincible? When you ran and you didn't feel like you were going to pull a hammy every 2 seconds, or no matter how hard that you fell, you'd just pop right back up and keep on playing? Well, that just wasn't because we were young. It's from years of our environments stripping us from that natural childlike athleticism, which comes from sitting in chairs all day, not playing on the floor anymore, not moving around all day like we used to. All of these things have stripped us from keeping that natural athleticism that we should have never lost in the first place. And today, I'm going to show you how to regain this natural athletic ability that we had when we were kids. This is a short routine that I created after breaking my foot in 2021, which is something that I have done every single morning ever since, as soon as I wake up, and it's kept me injury-free ever since while still competing at a high level athletically. It's helped me get rid of plantar fasciitis that made it extremely painful to even just walk some days, and I had a pain in my right knee that I dealt with for over 4 years, and that is now completely gone. And also, this just makes your body feel good in the morning. Like, you know, when you wake up and you feel kind of stiff, kind of tight, something might hurt on your body, whether it's your ankle, your knee, or your back, or your hip, or whatever it might be. But I'm telling you, this routine, it literally only takes anywhere between 10 minutes to about a half hour, depending on how many reps you do of each movement. But this routine will make you feel loose, it'll make you feel pain-free, and it also serves as a great warm-up if you're going to go do your cardio, go do your weight training, or go play a sport right after. So here's the routine. Now, I have this in my notes as what I remember the names by. There's no fancy bullshit names that are going to make it sound cool. So if you don't understand what they mean, don't worry. I'm going to run through each one of them one by one right now. So if you've seen my athletic aesthetic routine, you'll know that I like starting from the top and working my way down the body, beginning with the neck. And we're going to be doing the exact same with this routine. And all of these movements, there's no designated amount of reps that you can do. You can do anywhere between 10 and 100 reps of each movement, depending on how your body's feeling in the morning, how much of a warm-up you think you need that day, or how much time you have, because there's always those days where we're short on time, but we still want to get our training in for the day. That's why I said this routine takes anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes to complete. So the first 3 exercises are for the neck, beginning with chin to shoulder, ear to shoulder, and chin to chest and sky. This is going to get the blood flowing in and around our neck in every single direction that the neck moves. And it always feels good to do this one first thing in the morning. And then moving our way down, we're going to open up our back, which is another problem area that I see a lot of people have that sit in chairs a lot, is that their backs get super stiff from slouching all day. So these are going to get the blood flowing in and around our lower back, our upper back, and in our spine. The first one is side twists. So you're going to want to lock your fingers together and twist from side to side. And you can go slow at first, and then as you get more loose, you can speed up the tempo of the reps, and this will feel really good. The next one we're going to be doing is still keeping our fingers locked, and we're going to raise them above our head and tilt from side to side. This is going to stretch out our lats and our obliques, which is going to help a lot when we do our pull-ups and our hanging leg raises if you're doing the athletic aesthetic routine, because your spine will be completely decompressed and completely opened up, so you can generate more power within these movements. The next one for the back is forward fold pulse. You can keep a slight bend in your knees while you do this, and think of folding the top half of your body over your bottom half. And once you get down to the bottom position, we're just going to pulse within this range. And this is going to open up the hamstrings as well as your lower back. And don't worry about keeping your back straight. This isn't a RDL. And we actually want to intentionally round our back for this one, because with the first 2, we're standing straight up, which means our spine is completely straight, and we're going to be twisting and tilting. But we also want to be strong with our backs in a rounded position as well, so that our backs are protected in every single position that we might encounter during daily life or athletic competition. Then moving down to the lower body, we're going to start with our isometrics. If you watch the athletic aesthetic routine, you know that I love isometrics, especially the iso lunge hold, which you can do for this routine as well. But if you want to change it up and do one that isn't single leg, one leg at a time, we can do one that's called the quarter squat air chair. That's what I call it, at least. You're going to have just your butt resting on the wall while keeping your heels off of the ground, and you're going to go into a quarter squat position, and you're going to hold this for as long as you can. And keeping your heels off the ground is going to strengthen your ankles, and being in a quarter squat position is going to strengthen your knees and your quads. And this is very similar to the iso lunge position in terms of the position that our legs are going to be in, but obviously we're going to be doing both legs at the same time instead of one leg at a time. Now, after the isometrics, our legs are going to be primed and ready for the next 2 movements. And the first one is going to be called lymphatic pogo hops. You're going to be hopping from side to side for 2 to 5 minutes, or however long that you can go, while keeping your heels off the ground the entire time. And this is going to give you that spring to your step and help you with your speed and your agility and your explosiveness. And then after the hops, you're going to want to take a little bit of a break for a couple minutes, because your calves and your glutes are going to be on fire. But when your body's ready, we're going to move on to the last movement, which is called squat hops. Now, this is not a squat jump. I want to specify this. This is not a squat jump where you're jumping and coming all the way up and jumping into the air. We're going to be staying down in a deep squat as low as possible and barely jumping off the ground while staying in this deep squat position. For this one, you're going to try and build up to 100 reps without stopping. And bro, let me tell you, the burn on this one is going to be something that you have never felt before in your life. But doing this every morning helped cure that knee pain that I was telling you about that I was dealing with for over 4 years. And it also skyrocketed my explosiveness. Because before breaking my foot, I used to be one of the slowest guys on every team that I played for. And then after breaking my foot, I came back the following year quicker than a lot of the people that were significantly faster than me in less than a year. So that's the routine. I told you it was going to be super short and super simple. And like I said, you could do as little or as many reps of all of these movements as you want, depending on how you feel that morning. But make sure that you do them in this exact order, because I've created this routine in a specific way that makes it so each movement leads into the next one. So by the time you've finished with this routine, your body is going to be primed and ready to go lift, run, play a sport, whatever you want. And it's going to give your body the freedom and the ability to push yourself to the limit in your training without having to worry about being stiff or having any aches or pains. Because a lot of people that I talk to, the main determining factor from reaching the intensity that they can is because of a little knock or a little injury or being too stiff. And that prevents them from being able to push their body to their limit. And on top of that, it's also going to increase your athleticism as well with the isometrics and the low-level plyometrics that I have at the end. And like I said, I've done this routine every single morning without fail for the last 3 years, and it's made a world of a difference for me, not only with getting rid of a lot of pain and imbalances that I had in my body, but it also helped me become more athletic after breaking my foot, which is almost unheard of with most athletes. Usually when you suffer a lower leg injury like that, you never come back the same. But with this routine as the foundation for my training for the last 3 years, I was able to come back stronger and more athletic than I was before the injury ever happened. And I'm telling you, I've studied the human body religiously for years. And not only do I talk the talk by telling you everything that I've learned along the way when it comes to diet and nutrition and mindset, but I also walk the walk by actually living what I preach and doing the things that I show you every single day of my life. And I hope this one helped, and I will see you tomorrow, my friend.